Welcome to the Big O Show featuring KOKO and XERS.
All right, guys. I think it's about time to get started. Everybody okay if we just go ahead and get started, I think? It's 10:05. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't share on the Telegram first. Did anybody share on the Telegram that we have started? Alex, good morning, buddy. Let me go ahead and just share in the Telegrams really quick. Copy link. All right, let me share in the Telegram real quick, then we'll get started, everybody, okay? Okay. Hey, Heis, thank you for communicating with me in Telegram. I appreciate that. I just saw that. And let's go into the lounge and say, hello, loungers. All right. Samuel, how you doing, bud? Good morning. Everybody, good morning. I guess it's time to get started, right? 7 minutes past. I've been slacking off a little too much, right? Let's go ahead and get started. KP, good morning. Good morning, bud. How are you? Let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome to the Big O Show, family-friendly crypto news, chat, and chill time. And yes, it is time for the swine, rise and shine. And all of you know my name. I am Donnie. You can call me Donnie. You can call me Big O, Oinker, doesn't matter. You know the deal. I like to be your favorite swine influencer. That's all I ask. And your tip for the day, your tip for today is, remember, don't eat a lot of natural foods. Yeah, it's horrible, because many people die from natural causes. Ew. Stay away from them natural foods, right? By the way, I got one more tip for you. So I think most of us are male in here. I got one more tip for you. You can turn any sofa into a sofa bed. Anybody like those sofa beds? I have one, but they're pretty cool when visitors come and stuff like that. You go ahead and open that bed, and people open up your sofa. People get to sleep there. But anyhow, you can turn any sofa into a sofa bed simply by telling your wife to calm down. Oh, very good, very good. Oh, easy jokes. Cute little dad jokes. Anyhow. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to start with, for Oinks and Giggles, a funny news, or just loaded with dad jokes, news loaded with dad jokes. Then we'll go right into market overview. Then a new segment today. We're going to do Oinkonomics. School is in session. Today we're going to talk about, I'm going to do a little teaching on market cap and how supply affects that, and a little bit about supply shock. So we'll talk a little bit about that, because I have fielded several questions about how it all works and stuff like that. And so, thank you for those questions, because it forces me to research and learn. And, when I learn something, I like to teach it. So that's Oinkonomics 101, Oinkonomics 101. Then my favorite segment is Hog Wild. We get to talk about XProject, KOKO, XERS, XPAD, all the good stuff, which is why it's what we're all here for, right? Then we'll talk snout out to some news stories from X, and we will finish up, of course, with open chat and Shill. Would anybody like to come on up and co-host with me? It's not very hard. Maybe I'll ask you some questions. Maybe I'll ask you what you think about it. So if you want to come on up and co-host, somebody throw up a 100% sign. 100% sign. Moving on to our etiquette of the day, Oinkers etiquette. Remember, this is family friendly, okay? Family friendly. We like to load this with dad jokes and puns. Yeah, a lot of people tell me my jokes are boring. They're supposed to be. That's the point. That's the point. They're supposed to be. They're made for your 5, 6, and 7-year-old children, okay? Truthfully, I actually do try some of these jokes on my students first, my Chinese students. And you know, if these little boys and girls, if they chuckle, if they give a little smirk, yeah, okay, then I know it's pretty good for here. So I bring it here. So yes, we have lots of dad jokes and puns. Pig theme to make it funner, even more fun, right? Remember, I love them emojis. Please get the emojis rolling. Love emojis. Respect everybody's opinion, please. You know, we all have an opinion. And this world will be pretty boring if all our opinions were exactly the same. So please respect others' opinions. Not financial advice, because you know what, I am not educated in this area. Make sure you share the space, and if you have a question or you want to say something and you're just not in a position to speak, remember to @me in the Telegram, okay? Please don't send a private message in the Telegram. I won't get it, okay? I won't see it. I won't. I just don't pay attention to that. I quickly scan through the Telegram groups just looking for the little @ symbol, okay? I don't look at the names. I don't look at anything. I'm just looking for the @ symbol to see if anybody has added me. All right. I suppose it's time to get started. What do you think? Yay! For Oinks and Giggles, some funny news. Today's story is called Ether. You like it or not. And I have decided to take for Oinks and Giggles and take the funny news today. We'll see, you know, what I continue to do with it. But I've decided to make it current, to make it funny news about the current market. Okay? Let's see how this works. AI is my friend, by the way. All right. So Ether, you like it or not? Ether, okay, no, I'm sorry. New name. I forgot. I updated it this morning. Ether, you like it, or Bitcoin? But either way, crypto's gone bananas. This story is written by Hodel McDad, and it is a pun intended financial comic. Latest crypto headlines and all dad certified. Yeah. So Bitcoin, oh my goodness, BTC. No, it wasn't a dream. It was not a dream. BTC went full throttle overnight for us in the EU. BTC went full throttle. Aaron is here. Good morning, bud. Climbing to a new all-time high above $124,000. Chris, Liddy, how you doing, guys? Giving bulls more confidence than your dad at a backyard barbecue flipping burgers. Whoop, whoop. Anyhow, anybody like to cook burgers on a grill? I love cooking burgers on a grill. And yeah, man, I am the man. Meanwhile, stats show it's up about 7.7% this week, and that is a better lift than your weekend gym body. I don't go to the gym on weekend. I don't even think we have gyms in this country. Anyhow, Ethereum, ETH isn't staying on the bench. Nope. It's getting in the game, baby. It's dancing upward towards its 2021 record, hovering near 47 to 4,800 over the past month. It has sprinted 41% higher. That's like taking an elevator while somebody else is still walking on the stairs, right? It's sprinted. So, and year to date, it's up 42%, outperforming Bitcoin's 32% climb. Like a sprinter leaving a jogger in the dust. Absolutely. So there is your ETH and your Bitcoin headlines there. Let's see. Next headline. Ethereum is zooming ahead with ETF power boosters. Institutional hype and a power shift brewing. Some think ETH might dethrone BTC soon. Well, it's got a little bit of a ways to go before that happens. So, Analyst Insight says a trader suggests that if Bitcoin rockets to 150,000, Ethereum could shoot up to 86.50. 86.50. That's a pretty exact number, right? 86.56. Wonder how they get that exact number. I mean, I've always looked at these charts as ranges, you know, not exact numbers. Anyhow, riding that classic, Ethereum hits 30 to 35% of the Bitcoin market cap trend. From the degen desk at the Crypto Chuckle Cafe, degens are serving hot takes and dad level puns. Bitcoin's at 124K. I haven't been this excited since I found loose change in the laundry. Yay! Loose change in the laundry. Hey, I don't know about you, but I love loose change in the laundry. It's free. It's free money. It's like free money, baby. Jim, how you doing? Welcome. Happy to have you here. Anybody else popped in? Andras, good morning, bud. Oh, you're just waking up. Happy to have you, Andras. Anyhow, we're still going through 4 Oinks and giggles, which is just some funny market news. Another person at the Crypto Chuckle Cafe says, ETH's near its old high. I miss high school for the same reason. Good old glory days. Another person in the cafe says, I told my portfolio to keep calm, and it replied, that's funny. I can't even afford a comma. Anyhow, yeah, it didn't put the comma in the right place. If ETH breaks 5K, I might pull a muscle from patting myself on the back. Oh, yes. You ever done that? You ever been so proud of yourself? You pull a muscle from patting yourself on the back? Woo woo. One trader called himself Papa Punny. He quipped, I treat these rallies like my kids, dancing chaotic, unexpected, and adorable when they go up. And then to finish out our Oinks and Giggles, AI's attempt at humor and fails. Even AI's trying to join the dad joke party. A GPT Lambo? More like GPT no Lambo. Predicts big moves and big face palms. Mid-journey to a fat wallet? Nope more like mid-journey to an empty wallet because AI conjures yachts and you can't anchor. So, our recap of today's news. Bitcoin just hit a fresh record, nudging over 124K with a weekly gain of around 7-8%. It's riding high on Fed rate cut optimism, crypto-friendly policies, and a bullish wave of institutional interest. Ethereum hanging there 4,700, rallying 41% this month. And 42% year to date, leaving Bitcoin in the dust, performance-wise. Expert Buzz says it could soar to the 8 to 8,600. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? Range. It's a range, right? $8,000 to $8,600 range if BTC keeps its momentum. Evidently, I don't think ChatGPT knows about phase 2, right? Phase 2? Phase 2 of the bull run? Phase 2 of euphoria? I don't think ChatGPT knows about it. So bottom line, whether you're Team Ether or Team Bitcoin or just Team Dad Joke Specialist, and that's why you come here, right? For the cool dad jokes, right? One thing is clear, crypto is chasing new highs, pulling us along like a runaway shopping cart. All right. And we finish it off by saying when Ethereum's that high, the only dip worth hunting is in the chips, not in the charts, because you won't find any. All right, moving on to our drift, the market overview. Okay, yeah, we just did a little bit of an overview. I want to touch on a little poll that was on my Twitter, on my X this week. And I asked at the beginning of the week whether BTC and ETH I said, are BTC and ETH going to hit a new all-time high this week? 62.5% said yes, that both of them will. Now, ETH is almost there. 6.3% said no. Sorry, guys, you're already out of luck because BTC already did it. So if you said no, you're out. Sorry, you don't win the grand prize. 12.5% said BTC only. Right now, this seems to be the winning column because ETH just hasn't hit it. And 18.8% said ETH only. Sorry, you're out. No, ETH is BTC already did it. So anyhow, so looking at the new highs, Ethereum is close. Ethereum is really close. BTC hit it. Of course, whenever you hit those new highs, there's pullbacks, stuff like that, which is what's happening. The last time I checked, what's going on. So anyhow, there's the poll. Poll is closed, by the way. You can't vote anymore, and that'd be like cheating anyhow, wouldn't it? I mean, really, you already know half the test answers. Okay. Now let's go ahead and just take a look at the market. Now we've already discussed Bitcoin and we've already discussed Ethereum a bit, but I want to take a look at dominance. BTC dominance is at 58.4. I think last space, if I remember right, it was about 61%. So we dropped roughly 3%, which is so cool considering, we want money to flow into alts. We want money to flow into our wonderful XProject tokens. Okay, we want people to get into the memes and pick up some Coco Koala. We want people to get some XERS and take advantage, stake it as the bacon, right? That's what we want. So we want to see this BTC dominance drop. Okay, and it is. It's once my uneducated opinion, once it gets under 50%, you'll start seeing these other altcoins just fly. Ethereum is doing great. Last time we checked in on Ethereum, it was I believe around 11, just under 11% dominance. It's 13.9 today. 13.9. That's 14% dominance, 3% increase. I mean, you're talking like 22% increase. By the way, I think something that a lot of people have not been discussing recently is ETH gas fees. ETH gas fees. Okay, ETH is nearing all-time highs. Its volume, where is its volume? Its volume, you're looking at 100 million, $61 billion in a 24-hour time frame, right? And Gui, however you want to pronounce it, is only at 0.67. 0.67. I remember there was a update done a while ago, and Vitalik says, "Hey, this is going to help with the gas fees." It definitely has. It has made Ethereum a lot more attractive recently. I have not seen any $1,000 gas fees or anything like that. I've not even heard anybody talking about gas fees at all. And that is a good thing. It's a good thing when nobody's talking about gas fees at all. That's a good thing. So congratulations, ETH. I think you got a winner here with the gas fees. Whatever upgrade you did, you did great. Fear and Greed Index sitting at 68. Which is, in my opinion, minorly greedy. So we'll see. We want this to get higher. Of course, we want that high. That means there's money flowing, baby. We like money flowing. Like the money flowing. By the way, if anybody comes in like Cross or somebody and tries to speak, I'm not actually looking at the Twitter page, so I can't see. So please be patient with me. I'm looking at CoinMarketCap, and I will get you up to speak. So anyhow, let's go take a look at my watch list. We have already discussed Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I will just briefly touch on it again. So we're looking at BTC, green all across the board. 1 hour, 24 hour, 7 day. Sitting right now 121 and a half, 121K and a half. Ethereum about 47,500. Green across the board. Your 7-day Ethereum is 27.84%. 27.84%. Ay, look at it roll. XRP, green across the board. Solana, green across the board. Solana, 7-day is at 21%, just under 21%. Okay. So it is, I mean, Solana is kicking it into gear again. Finally over $200 again, sitting at 205, right? Stellar, XLM, Hedera, Avalanche, Shiba Inu, all green across the board. Honorable mention here to Avalanche, 13.87% up on the 7-day. Since the last time we got together, it's up about 14%. Look at Avalanche go. Let's see, Terra Classic. Let's talk about Terra Classic because we're going to touch a little bit on this a little later. Okay, Terra Classic. 7-day up 4.5% roughly. 24-hour 0.7%. So we're going to look at that. Has about $15 million in volume. It's worth about $253 billion. No. Sorry. It's $340 million. With about 15 million in 24-hour volume. And Osmosis, if anybody follows Osmosis, that's green across the board as well. So I think as far as a market overview, I think that's about all I wanted to do, right? Yes, that is it. All right. So does anybody want to come on up and help co-host with me, by the way? I offered that. You really don't need to do much. Just say hello. Throw a 100% up there if you want to come on up and co-host. Anyhow, anybody popped in I didn't get to say hello to. Wales, how you doing, bud? Happy to have you. Anybody else popped in here? Maud, how you doing, Maud? Happy to have you here. All right. Let's get on with Oinkonomics. Oinkonomics, okay? Oinkonomics. Oinkonomics is something new that I Oinkonomics 101, something new that I created just to help people. BB's here. How you doing, BB? Because as I said at the beginning of the space, I fielded a lot of questions about market cap and about what is it called? Supply shock. Okay. Yeah. See, it's what happens when you get old. You get this like, oh, what is it called? What is it called? Right. I fielded a bunch of questions, so it caused me to research and learn, and which is a cool thing. I like learning new things, especially about markets and about crypto and things like that. I love learning new things. So school is in session. So I posed 2 questions to ChatGPT. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the question. And then I will read word for word ChatGPT's response. And I want to make sure that everybody, so that way the whole community understands what the market cap really is, what supply shock really is, and stuff like that. Okay, because it's easy to think that. If I put $100, if I buy $100 worth of KOKO, the market cap will go up by $100. Or if I put $100 into KOKO, since it's a meme, the market cap will go up by $1,000. Okay, it's easy to think that, and partially, very, very slightly, that's a little bit true, slightly, but it's not the complete story. And so let's go ahead and get the complete story. So the first thing I typed into ChatGPT, I said, please explain market cap in crypto. Okay, and I'm going to read word for word what it says. It says, here's what market cap means. Market equals the open marketplace where buying and selling happens, like the stocks of the crypto market. Okay, I mean, that makes sense, right? The market, if you want eggs, you go to the market unless you have chickens. You want milk, you go to the market unless you have a cow, right? So capitalization equals the total value or size of something in terms of capital. Now, capital means money. Capital means money. Okay, because they have money in parentheses. Capital means money. So capitalization is the total value or size of something in terms of capital or in terms of money. So market capitalization, we say MC for short, MC, literally means the total value the market assigns to a company, asset, or a project. Okay, so what is market cap? Market cap is what the market, okay, the entire crypto market. So, what is going on? Okay. Anyhow, so market capitalization literally means the total value the market assigns to the project. Okay, the total value. So when you look at KOKO's market cap, this is what the market says the project is worth. When you look at XERS market cap, this is what the market says it is worth. Now, why is it called capitalization? In finance, capitalization refers to how much a company is worth in terms of its total value to shareholders, or in our case, token holders, right? It's also used to describe how a business is funded, okay, whether it's equity or debt, whatever. But in the phrase market cap, it is strictly about market value. Okay, so we often say market cap when actually what we mean is market value. Now I hope that opens up a little something right there, because it certainly does for me. It did for me when I was reading, market value. So the market cap of a project, especially in context of stock or crypto, is not the measure of how much money has been invested or is in the project. Instead, it's a reflection of what the market values the project at based on the current price. Okay. And then it goes into a little breakdown, and I'm going to go through it. Market cap formula. Market cap equals price per unit times total supply. Okay. Price per unit times total supply. For example, if a cryptocurrency has 10 million coins in circulation and each is trading at $2, the market cap is 20 million. But that doesn't mean 20 million was invested in it. Okay, it doesn't mean 20 million was invested in it. It just means that the current market valuation, that's what the current market valuation is, based on recent change. So what is it then? Market cap is a snapshot of perceived value at a point in time. Okay, market cap. It's a snapshot. It's a picture of perceived value, okay? Not necessarily real value, perceived value at a point in time. It is based on the price that the last buyers and sellers agreed on. Okay? That's why each individual sale affects market cap, okay? Because the market cap is based on the last price that was bought and sold. Simple, right? The last price that was bought and sold. And it has nothing to do with the total amount of cash that has flowed into the project. So why does this matter? If a few people buy a small amount of a token or a stock at a high price, it can dramatically inflate the market cap, okay? Even if very little actual money is involved. But if everyone tried to sell it once, the price would crash, revealing that the market cap was more theoretical value than a realizable one. So the summary for this portion says market cap shows what the market values the project at. It's not how much cash is actually in it. It's more about perceived value, okay, than invested money. Okay. Now, then my next question to ChatGPT was, how does supply shock work? Okay. ChatGPT starts with, all right, let's unpack this step by step. Cool. Because the relationship between available supply, price, and market cap can get slippery if we mix up the definitions. Okay. So market cap, number one, market cap and available supply. Market cap equals current price times multiplied by circulating supply. We've already discussed that. Circulating supply is the number of tokens actively available for trading, not the total of tokens that might exist one day. So if only 1% of the total supply is available to trade right now, maybe the rest is locked, vested, it's not liquid, okay, then the market cap will be calculated on only that circulating 1%. Okay, only on that circulating 1%. You know, where, see, do you understand why I keep saying we got to stake? Staking is the bacon. Staking is the bacon. It's going to push that price right up, and it's just going to push your rewards up, your monthly rewards. You know, so we want to get our tokens out of circulating supply. Stake them. That's the best way, because you make 15% APY, 1.25% a month. I mean, for real. That's better than most jobs. You know, once we hit 25 million, it's better than my daytime job, right? So an example here, if there are 1 billion tokens, available circulating supply is 10 million tokens, right? So that means 1%. The price per token is $5. Market cap is 5 times 10 million or 50 million. Even though the total supply could be worth 5 billion at that price, that's not the market cap today, because 99% of the tokens aren't circulating. Okay. Number two, how low available supply affects price? When the tradable supply is tiny, small buys or sells can move the price a lot because there's less liquidity. This volatility means price can spike dramatically on demand surges, but also crash if selling pressure appears. Traders might see low supply as bullish, thinking scarcity equals higher price potential, but that's only true if there's a demand. Okay, which is what Cross is creating, demand for the token. That's what he's doing, and staking creates demand for the token. Okay, so continuing on. Continuing on, supply shock explained. Number 3, a supply shock is when there's a sudden or extreme change in the availability of a product, disrupting the balance between supply and demand. In crypto, positive supply shock, new tokens suddenly unlocked, increases supply, the price is going to go down. A negative supply shock, this is what we want, right? Available tokens drastically reduced, decreased supply, the price may raise if demand stays the same or grows. Okay? So, with less than 1% of tokens available, the market is already in a form of chronic supply constraint, which means if demand spikes, price could surge much faster than normal, which would create a classic pump condition. But when the lock tokens eventually unlock, that's a delayed positive supply shock. Could tank the price unless unless demand has grown enough to absorb the new supply, which is what we're trying to do. It's what we want to do, right? We want to create that huge demand. At the same time, our job is to get these tokens out of circulation, right? That's our job. Get these tokens out of circulation. That way we create, in essence, listen, the community is creating supply shock. We are doing this. This is our job, not Cross's job, our job. Okay? And we do that by staking. We do that by taking these tokens out of circulation. Okay? Now, what Cross is going to do is he is going to create a need for the token. He's going to create demand for the token. Okay? That's what he's doing for us. And what we're doing for him is taking the supply out of circulation. Okay? That's how we work together and create supply shock. Okay? Now, bottom line, low available supply can create conditions for extreme volatility, which is what we call supply shock. If demand is constant or rising while the supply is constrained, prices can spike. But the market cap is only reflecting today's circulating supply. So the real future valuation depends on what happens when the other 99% of the tokens hit the market. Okay, which in our case, I mean, let's live off of these staking rewards, right? Let's live off this passive income. Okay, we want to get to 60, and then eventually I would love to see us get to 70% stake and just live off of that. And we will create this constant cycle where every month we're given tokens. Every month we sell the tokens back onto Uniswap. Every month the XPAD, XShot is buying tokens, giving them to us, and creating a constant circle and let's call it an infinite flow of money for us. Okay, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's great. It's amazing. I think I understand it all. Hey, I'm finally getting there. All right. Any questions on that? I mean, you guys have been a little silent. I know I've been hogging all the conversation. You like that? Hogging all the conversation. Oh, welcome to Dad Joke Central. All right. Let me just check the TG, see if there's any ads. There are some ads. Oh boy. What did I mess up? I don't know if crossover's coming. Let's see. I don't know if crossover's coming. I don't know his schedule, guys. Ibra can't join. Hey, thank you, Ibra, for the message. And by the way, Crypto Plumber says he can't come in today. They're all working. Go make that money, guys. Make that money. Do your thing. Do your thing. Thank you for the message, though. We're thinking of you too. All right, moving on, guys, girls. Hog Wild. Somebody want to come on up and talk about XProject with me? We got KOKO to talk about, XERS to talk about, XPAD to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is my Twitter poll. I asked which was going to hit a Billy first. Was it going to be KOKO or XERS? KOKO or XERS? I think this is a good, friendly conversation to have, right? I think this is a good conversation to have in the community. Which is going to happen first? Which is going to get to $1 billion first? Because I believe they're both going to hit $1 billion. They're both going to get there. Which is going to go first? So really, I'm looking at it like, if I had $1,000 today, where do I want to put it? If I want the fastest growth. All right. So the poll currently after 64 votes. Good job, guys. Thank you for getting in there and voting on this one. We have 59.4% said KOKO first. 40.6% said XERS first. So that is basically 50% more people said KOKO's going to hit a Billy first. Okay. My question is, and please don't take this the wrong way, do you really believe that? I mean, seriously, do you really believe that? Because for the most part, our activity in KOKO, in the KOKO Telegram, is not reflecting that. Really, it's not reflecting that. And I'm not getting on anybody. I mean, you know, there are few guys, KP's one of them, KP's in the house, who are just constantly shilling KOKO, constantly getting it done, constantly in the chat. Man, props to you and the couple of others that are actually doing it in there. But for the rest of us guys, look, the KOKO OG chat is much more active than the normal KOKO chat. And the normal KOKO chat has many, many, many more people in it, much more people in it. So remember, something that I want to bring to our attention, right? And please, I'm going to correct Cross on this one, okay? And it's just a simple word choice, that's it. Cross continuously says that KOKO is a community token. I disagree. It's not a community token. It is our community token. Our community token, okay? That means we help it ride or die. We push it. It's ours. Our is possessive, okay? That means we possess it. We own it. We push it. Okay, I try to be active in there, but you know, you guys know this time of year is very busy for me teaching. I have some students take 5 classes a week, and that's a class every day, so I can get very busy. I do my best, but please, I would love, Dave Bags, how you doing? Would love to get KOKO. Get that Telegram hopping again, my goodness, because you know we can see how many people are joining our Twitter page, right? And if they're coming into the Telegram, there's like, well, there's nothing going on in here, you know. And please, guys, look, remember, we discussed this a couple weeks ago. There's 26 Koala PFPs are admin in the Telegram. 26 Koala PFPs are admin there. Please, let's get some VCs going. Just play music. That's all you have to do. It's easy. If you're using a desktop in the top right-hand corner, hit the 3 little dots, open a VC, okay? Share your screen to YouTube and play some music. That's it. It is like literally that easy. Please, let's get some action going on in there. The rating, you know, you guys that are rating are doing a fantastic job right now, because we are still trending on Shield and stuff like that. I mean, just a fantastic job. And by the way, I know some of you don't speak English natively, so why not do some VCs in your own language? I'll still join. Even if I can't talk, I'll go ahead and join and just put my phone down, you know, and go ahead and do my business, you know, and teach and stuff like that. So please, guys, let's KOKO is our community token. Please, let's push this bad boy. I mean, we're sitting at 3.3 mil. Let's push this bad boy. We can 2x this. The community can 2x this without even buying a token. We can 2x this in just a few days at 3.3 million. All we have to do is have a concentrated effort. All we have to do is show life in there. All right. For our what is next? XERS. Man, XERS is rocking, right? I mean, we're up over 2.5 million, almost at the XERS all-time high. We're not far from it. Okay. Still sitting over 55% staked. Remember, staking is the bacon. Staking is the bacon. That Telegram has, I mean, in the past, say, 6 weeks, has definitely come to life. And it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see that Telegram just rocking and rolling, and everybody's happy to share. Everybody's happy to share. You know, these little graphs and things that Cross is making. Man, let's keep that up. Just keep it up. Don't stop. Don't stop. XPAD. There was an update from G Squared. And if I can get into, I will read his update word for word. Where is it? Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. A little bit slow today. All right, where is it? Oh, I'm in the wrong. I would hope if I went in the right Telegram, right? Oh, boy. All right. So G says, I'm going to read it word for word, okay? G squared. I call him G squared because he's G2. G2 for me. And Galerius is G1. By the way, Galerius, I just want you to know we miss you, man. We know you're out doing life and doing what you need to do, but we miss you here, and we'll be excited to see you back. And you know, if we don't see you until our party in Dubai, we're going to be so happy to see you then, G-Man. Anyhow, let me read this from G Squared. Says, so I think a small update on what we've been working on the last 2 weeks is due. Tune in for the space tomorrow to know more and ask questions. Okay. Anyhow, we finally worked out how to do vanity addresses on Ethereum. We need to pick a new one, by the way. Remember, there is an issue with the vanity, not an issue, just a rule with vanity addresses on Ethereum. They can only use, you can only use letters A to F or numbers 0 to 9. That's it. So you can't do X, can't do P. So we can't have the vanity finish in XPAD. Sorry. But there is a poll. He went ahead and put a poll on Twitter, on Telegram. Make sure you get into Telegram and vote on his poll. So we finally worked out how to do vanity addresses. Next, we implemented a lottery system for early bonding curve buyers. If you bought pre-bonding, then you can earn 3% of the liquidity pool in ETH. Man, that's good stuff right there. I love that. Who doesn't like a free lottery? I remember when I was younger, I was like 18 years old, and I bought a scratch ticket. I was like, I'm going to try a scratch ticket. And I bought one of those little scratch tickets, and I won $2,000 on that scratch ticket. Boy, that was like the best day of my life. Now imagine 3% of a liquidity pool on XPAD. Woo, going to be the best day of my life. All right. We implemented a special token contract to allow taxes to be sent out to the project's dev, and allowing the dev to automatically split out its rewards in different wallets between the marketing and dev wallets, while keeping his own as well. And this will be useful for big projects. Our bonding curve should mimic Pump Funds one now, so it should mimic Pump Funds bonding curve. We are working on the automatic rewards for XERS and KOKO buybacks via custom smart contracts. Okay, should be done soon. And with it, our on-chain commitment to transparency and growth system will be automatic documented. Listen, this is not what they're doing with this is not simple, guys, not simple. You know, they need to take ETH. This is actually pretty simple. Take ETH, buy XERS, and send it to the staking wallet. That's no problem. But to buy and burn KOKO, you know, you have to take ETH, and then you need to somehow automatically get this to transfer into Sol, then buy KOKO, then burn it. This is pretty intensive. To have it done automatically. So please be patient with them. I am not a programmer, but I do understand certain things. Have you ever tried to take Ethereum and just automatically change it into Solana, into AVAX, into Bitcoin. I mean, it's not. Well, it took me forever to learn how to do it. But finally I decided to just use Coinbase Advanced, and it's cheap there. So anyhow, moving on. We are working over the clock and hope to be releasing something before the end of this month. Now, let's decide together on a Launchpad vanity address. Okay, so don't forget, get into the Telegram and vote for the Launchpad vanity address. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And currently, the vanity address ending in DEF1 or DeFi is leading the way at 50%, with the one ending in 8888, 34%, then ending in code, 10%, ending in quadruple 1, 4 ones, and 5%, and 4 Fs, 1%. So right now it looks like it's DeFi and 8888 are winning that. So anyhow, so it looks like XPAD, we're working around the clock to be releasing something before the end of this month. So, this stuff isn't easy. This stuff isn't easy. So it's coming. It's coming. Anyhow, any questions, anybody? I don't see anything in Telegram. No at me's. No at me's. Anybody? All right, PQ, how you doing? Happy to have you. Anybody else pop in I didn't get to see? Happy to have you. Let's go ahead and take a look now at some news stories from X over the past few days. Okay, news stories from X over the past few days. And oh shoot, you know what? I forgot to open it. No problem. All right, first news story comes to us from Crypto Rover at Rover CRC. Okay, this was dated August 11th. He says it's going to be a big week. Number one, Fed officials speak all week. 2, CPI and core CPI comes out Tuesday. We'll hit that a little later. 3, initial jobless claims come out Thursday. 4, PPI and core PPI come out Thursday. So today you're looking at jobless claims in the U.S. and PPI in the U.S. Now, the difference between CPI, PPI, to my understanding, okay, CPI, core price index, if I get it right, is what people pay for product. Okay, this is your inflation, what people pay for product. PPI, which is what the companies or the businesses pay for product. Okay. And then, of course, we have Trump and Putin supposed to be meeting in Alaska tomorrow. So thank you, Crypto Rover, for the updates. Moving on. Next, we will go to. All right. This is Cointelegraph. Cointelegraph, at Cointelegraph. His update, remember this name, Do Kwon. You guys remember Do Kwon? Ooh, boo, Do Kwon. Do Kwon has pleaded guilty in the U.S. to conspiracy to defraud and wire fraud over the $40 billion Terra USD and Luna collapse, facing up to 25 years in prison. Now, look, the man's pleaded guilty. I don't know whether he was or wasn't, but he pleaded guilty. And, he hurt a lot of people with this. It caused a lot of problems throughout the market. If you remember, if you were following crypto during this time, caused a lot of problems during this time. And so, you know what? Faces up to 25 years in prison. Hey, I just hope the judge gets it right. That's all I'm saying. Hope the judge gets it right and, let the man get what he deserves. So anyhow, that's why earlier I wanted to touch on Terra Classic, show you how Terra Classic was doing. There's still a cult around Terra Classic, and people love that project and follow that project. Terra Classic was one of my first cryptos, actually. Once this stuff with Do Kwon went down, you want to talk about a challenge. I learned how to. That was my first real crypto that I bought, and I had to learn how to buy it. And they have their own chain and everything, and it's a pain in the rear end, but I figured it out. Anyhow, Do Kwon, hey, good luck to you, brother. All right, moving on. Coinvo. Okay, now there's two parts to this story. Okay, if you know the whole story, don't get at me yet. Breaking: Google Play Store now requires wallet developers to obtain a U.S. and EU licenses, and this through like a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, what is Google doing? What is Google doing? Right? And even me, I'm like, ugh, the market's going well, and now here's Google trying to mess things up, right? Well, Google responded. They said, hey, thanks for flagging this. Non-custodial wallets are not in the scope of Google Play's cryptocurrency exchanges and software wallets policy. We're updating the help center to make this clear. So non-custodial wallets, yeah, there's your Phantom, right? There's your Trust wallet, okay? Yeah, Google's not doing anything. Google's not touching those. And now this is straight from Twitter at News from Google, okay? You go straight there and check it out. Next, Watch a Guru. Here's some cool news. Watch a Guru says, just in, Bitcoin surpasses Google to become the 5th largest asset in the world by market cap. Wow. And you're still early, right? And you're still early, dudes. Look, 5th largest asset in the world by market cap, and you're still early. That's all I'm going to say. The inevitable West. I'm going to bring this up just for one reason, okay? Normally, I don't jump into heavy politics here purposefully. But I do want to say the inevitable West says, breaking for the first time ever, the FPO are polling first in Austria. The RN party is polling first in France. The AFD are polling first in Germany. Reform UK are polling first in Britain. Europeans are voting for the most right-wing party available. Why do I bring this up? It's because my observation is that the right wing is more pro-crypto than the left wing. So this is good stuff. Now, I know that we have Mika here in Europe. I haven't studied Mika. I don't know much about it. But if there are issues with it, the right wing is the party that's going to fix it, I guess. I don't know. So that's why I bring this up, just because I know the right wing is normally more pro-crypto. And hopefully the trend continues over here in Europe and stuff like that. I know, we know what's going on in the U.S. The government has turned completely pro-crypto. All right, Ash Crypto, the CPI, as I discussed a little while ago, CPI, thank you, Ash Crypto Rio. CPI data came in at 2.7%, where expectations were 2.8%. He says rate cuts are confirmed. Okay, now we're going to talk about rate cuts for a minute here. Rumor, Coinvo, buy Coinvo, COINVO. According to a Fed insider, a September rate cut will happen. Next one, Watch a Guru. Just in, Treasury Secretary Bessent says the Fed should think about a 50 basis point cut in September. Then the Martini guy, which is my attorney guy, YT, breaking September rate cut odds surge to 90% following the CPI data release. Powell must cut rates. I think everybody in the world except Powell wants to cut rates. He's looking at some kind of data. I don't know what he's looking at. I'm not in. I don't put on his pants. But I don't know. It's everybody's expecting a rate cut in December. If we get 25 basis point rate cuts, I don't think the market's going to react very much to that. I think that's priced in. That'll be priced in. If we get 50 basis point rate cuts, I mean, that'll be huge. I think that will send us surging. I think if he happens to leave things the same, I think we'll probably just see a dip in the market and then it will rebound. But if he happens to increase rates again, which, I mean, really, dude, why would you? But anyhow, my uneducated opinion, I think that'll kill us. Not completely kill us, but you can expect a dip. And I do want to pop up a good little couple little things. Sir Crypto Tips, his name is Toby Cunningham. He says, the greatest day traders on the planet will never come close to being as wealthy as the greatest long-term investors. Guaranteed. Guys and girls, that's you. That's you. The long-term investors, especially in, with KOKO. KOKO has become a long-term investment, has it not? Right? XERS, long-term investment, okay? And this guy, I've been following him and his wife for quite a while. They are not, I don't know, for lack of a better word, BSers. You know, they don't throw trash around. Okay, they seem to be pretty intelligent individuals, and I enjoy learning from them. And he says, hey, listen, the greatest day traders will never even come close to being as wealthy as what you can do. And then I do want to give a pop up to a shout out to Fire Hustle at Fire Hustle underscore net. She comes out and says, yes, we've had up only for the last 48 hours. And that, my friends, is something to celebrate. We have had up only for the last 48 hours. Thank you for that. That is absolutely awesome. So that is it for my, what do we call it? The news, X news stories from X. Snout out, guys and girls. This is open chat now. We've been going at it for about an hour. I've been going at it for about an hour. Come on up and say hello. Anybody? We've discussed a lot of things here today. You're welcome to come on up and speak your opinion. I know a lot of you might be at work. I do understand that, absolutely. So remember, you can @ me in the Telegram if you have a question or something like that. Do you want me to start with joke time? Is it joke time? Oh, I don't even have any of the dad jokes open, but I can open them pretty quick. So, Dave, Wales, Andras, Aaron, KP, Liddy, Highs, Alex. Anybody want to come on up and say hello? Oh. All right, guys and girls. I think I'm going to call it a day then. I don't see anybody coming on up. Cam, how you doing, bud? You want to come on up and say hello before we finish up? All right, everybody. I am going to finish up. Have a great day. Happy to hang out with you. Yeah, you never know. Maybe Cross will say, hey, can we have a new space? And we'll have another space today. Sometimes he does that, right? So anyhow, have a great day. And I will see you again soon. Ciao.
I crack myself up. Anyhow.